From the moment Amazon announced it was adapting The Wheel of Time, fans of the book series were both excited and skeptical. Bringing a sprawling 14-book fantasy saga to television was always going to be a massive challenge, and the journey to making it happen was anything but smooth. Between early rights battles, last-minute cast changes, pandemic delays, and brutal filming conditions, the road to The Wheel of Time has been filled with drama both on and off screen. In this video, we're going to break down the biggest behind-the-scenes controversies that have surrounded the Wheel of Time screen adaptation. From the sketchy way the show's rights were retained to unexpected casting shakeups and production nightmares. Some of these issues almost derailed the series entirely, while others left fans wondering what was really going on behind the scenes. And make sure you stick around, because later, we're going to reveal what went down during the filming of Season 3, when the cast and crew faced some of the most extreme conditions yet. To really understand where the problem started, we have to go all the way back before Amazon even got involved. For years, there were whispers of a Wheel of Time adaptation, but nothing ever came of it. Then, in 2015, something strange happened. Out of nowhere, a low-budget pilot called Winter Dragon aired in the middle of the night on FXX, featuring Billy Zane, supposedly as Ishmael. At first, people had no idea what it was supposed to be. It looked cheap, the acting was stiff, and it felt more like a fan film than an official production. But the strangest part was that it actually was connected to the Wheel of Time. The pilot was an adaptation of the prologue from The Eye of the World, the first book in Robert Jordan's series. It featured the character Luz Theron Telemann, also known as the Dragon, being confronted by Ishmael in the aftermath of a catastrophic event that he caused. In the books, this is a major moment. It sets up the entire premise of the series. But Winter Dragon barely lasted 30 minutes, had no real budget, and was rushed into production for one reason only. Red Eagle Entertainment, the company that held the television rights to The Wheel of Time, was about to lose them. According to industry rules, if a company owns the adaptation rights to a book or series, they have to actually use those rights within a certain time frame, or they revert back to the original owner. Red Eagle had been sitting on the Wheel of Time rights for years, and if they didn't produce something by a specific deadline, they were going to lose them. So instead of making a real pilot or full-length episode, they slapped together Winter Dragon, aired it once in the middle of the night, and tried to use it as proof that they were actively developing the show. Fans were outraged. The production was so low effort that it felt like a slap in the face to anyone who had been hoping for a real adaptation. And it wasn't just fans who were upset. Robert Jordan's widow, Harriet McDougal, came out and said that she had no idea Winter Dragon was even being made. She made it very clear that it wasn't authorized by the estate, and that she was pursuing legal action to get the rights back. That legal battle eventually ended in her favor, and the rights were freed up for a legitimate adaptation. Soon after, Sony Pictures Television and Amazon Studios stepped in, and the real journey to making The Wheel of Time a reality finally began. At first, everything seemed to be moving forward smoothly. The showrunner, Rafe Judkins, was a massive fan of the books and had a clear vision for how to adapt the story. Casting announcements started rolling out, with Rosamund Pike taking on the role of Moiraine, Daniel Henney as Lan, and a young cast filling out the rest of the main characters. Filming for the first season kicked off in 2019 in the Czech Republic, with locations that perfectly captured the medieval fantasy feel of the books. But then, just as things were picking up steam, the entire production slammed to a halt. Like so many other film and television projects, The Wheel of Time was completely derailed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Filming was put on hold indefinitely, leaving fans wondering if the show would ever actually get finished. When production finally resumed months later, everything had to be restructured. Scenes were rewritten, filming schedules were adjusted, and entire parts of the season had to be changed just to work around the new restrictions. Even with all those challenges, Season 1 made it across the finish line. But that didn't mean the drama was over. As soon as the season aired, fans noticed something strange. The final 2 episodes felt rushed, like something had been cut or reworked at the last second. That's because they were. Originally, the finale was supposed to be much bigger, with major battle sequences and a more fleshed-out ending. But COVID complications forced them to scale it down, cutting some major moments and leaving many fans disappointed. And that wasn't the only problem that cropped up. One of the biggest mysteries surrounding The Wheel of Time has been the sudden departure of Barney Harris, who played Mat Cauthon in the first season. He was a fan favorite, perfectly capturing Mat's mischievous charm, but he didn't return for Season 2. Instead, the role was recast, with Dónal Finn stepping in to take his place. The weirdest part? No one ever gave a real reason for the change. The studio stayed quiet, Harris himself never made a statement, and to this day, there's been no official explanation. Some fans speculated that it was due to COVID restrictions or personal reasons, while others wondered if there was behind-the-scenes drama that never came to light. As production moved into season 2, things seemed to stabilize a bit, but there were still some hurdles. Filming was once again a challenge, and the production had to work around complex COVID protocols. On top of that, some fans started to question certain creative choices, like how much the show was deviating from the books. While most viewers were excited to see the world of the Wheel of Time on screen, there was some backlash over certain character changes and story adjustments. But none of that compared to what the cast and crew went through while filming season 3. To bring the world of the Wheel of Time to life, production moved to South Africa, a location that offered stunning landscapes perfect for the vast, rugged world of the books. But the decision to shoot there came with its own set of challenges. The biggest issue? The heat. The cast and crew found themselves dealing with scorching temperatures that reached up to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. That kind of heat isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Several members of the team suffered from heat stroke, forcing production to slow down just to keep people safe. Shooting schedules had to be adjusted, with filming happening at odd hours to avoid the worst of the heat. And even with those adjustments, it was still an incredibly tough environment to work in. Despite all of these obstacles, the Wheel of Time continues to push forward. The show has built a passionate fan base, and Amazon seems committed to keeping it going. But the road hasn't been easy. From the bizarre early rights battle to unexpected cast changes and extreme filming conditions, this adaptation has faced one challenge after another. With season 3 now airing, fans are finally seeing how the show's toughest production challenges have translated to the screen. Will the extreme filming conditions add a layer of authenticity to the world, or will they impact the quality of the season? And perhaps the biggest question of all, after all the challenges, will the Wheel of Time be able to deliver the epic adaptation that fans have been waiting for? One thing's for sure, no matter what happens next, this show isn't going down without a fight.